Today we're going to do 3-digit by 1-digit multiplication. Don't panic, we can do this. I'm going to help you out. We're going to do 2 of these together, and then you can keep working with your table partner or whoever the substitute assigns for your partner today. You're welcome to work by yourself if you want to, but you do need to double check that you have the correct answers and go back and fix your work if you do not have a correct answer. If you work with a partner, it's the same way we always do. Both people solve the same problem. When you're done, you tell your partner you're ready. They finish solving it. Then you both compare your answers. If your answer is not anywhere on this chart, you know you've got a wrong answer because all the answers should be on this chart somewhere. But also, if you and your partner have 2 different answers, somebody probably has a mistake somewhere. So start going through, explaining to your partner each step how you did it. If they agree with everything you did, then they do the same thing, explaining it to you. Hopefully, between the 2 of you, you'll be able to catch whatever mistake there was and figure out the right answer. All right, I'm going to do 2 problems with you today so you know how to do a 3-digit problem. And don't worry, you can do it. It's just like a 2-digit with 1 extra step. So we're going to do this one. 121 times 4, and then down here at the bottom, we're going to do 504 times 8. Just like before, we're going to do our problems on a separate sheet of paper. Make sure you have your name, number, date on it, because you will have to turn it in with your drawing page when you're all the way done. So I'm going to make sure I copy it correctly, because that's an easy way to make a mistake and get frustrated is if you don't copy the problem right, you won't have the right answer. So 121 times 4. I always like to put the small number first. So I'm going to put 4 times 121. I'm going to go to my scratch paper and I'm going to write 4 times 121. All right? And just like we do with a 2-digit multiplying problem, and I know that that means I have to repeat 121 4 times. So I'm going to do that right here. I'm going to give myself some nice space up here. Don't get too crowded. If you start right up here, you're not going to have any room to draw what you need to draw at the top of your box. So make sure you give yourself a nice amount of space. And I'm going to do my 4 counting lines. And now at the top, I'm going to put my 121. You have 2 choices at this point. If you feel like you don't need those pictures anymore, you just know how to do it with plain old numbers, that's your choice. You can do that. I'm going to show you both ways. If you feel like the pictures still help you, I'm going to show you how we can make a picture for 100. So here's the way with pictures. Just like before, I would do my 2 tens for this one and my 1 for this one, but I need a 100. Well, the 100 is a 10 stick times a 10 stick is 10 tens. So it's going to make a box, a 10 box, because it's 10 tens. That's a 100 plate. And then I do my 2 10 sticks, and then I do my 1. So if it helps you still to draw those pictures, go ahead and do that. And then you would make your box like that. If you're someone who thinks, I think I'm ready, I don't think I need those pictures anymore, then you would do it like this. You would draw your line and put 4 here. If it helps you to still put the 4 lines, go ahead and do it. And then you would go across the top, and you make it pretty big because it's 121. That's a big number. And you would just write your number, and then you're just going to break it apart. Leave some space like that without drawing the pictures. So here's my 121 with the pictures, and here it is without the pictures. And over here on the picture one, I'm going to look at this, and I think I want to break it apart between the 10s and the 1s right here like I always do. But I want to break it again because I have 100s and 10s too. So I'm going to break it right there, even though that 100s box should be bigger. That's okay. So now I don't have 121 anymore. Now I have 100 here, plus 20 here in the middle, plus 1 here at the end. If you're doing it on this side with no pictures, you're going to just break apart 121 into its place values. You're going to use expanded form. So we have 100, which is actually really big, so I'm going to give it a big chunk of the box. Then I'm going to have 20, which is a middle-sized box. Then I'm going to have one little X over here. Oops, I don't need to times that. I need to add that. There we go. 121. 121. All right, so you can do it this way or you can do it this way. Whichever way you decide to do it, always make yourself a place value chart. Ones, tens, hundreds. Make it very neat. You need room to write all of your answers on it, so make sure it's nice and neat and straight and has space. We might need thousands. I don't know. I'll put it in there just in case. I might not need it. So I have ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands now. So now we're going to start multiplying. I'll do it on both of these models. You do whichever model you're doing on your paper along with me. So let's start here. I have to do 4 repeats of what? What's in this box going to be? 4 repeats of 100. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to write that in that box. If you're doing this model over here, it's the same thing. Your 4 repeats, and what are you repeating? 4 times 100 every time. There we go. Let's go to our middle box over here. Over here again, we're still doing 4 repeats, but it's not going to be 100s. This time it's going to be, 20. Okay, and over here we can see the same thing. It's still 4 repeats, but it's going to be 20 this time. Awesome. And then over here we have 4 repeats again, but this time it's just 1. Over here we see we have a 1, 4 repeats. All right, we're ready to start solving it on either one of our models. I like to start with the ones place. So let's do 4 times 1. Use your rec and rec if you need to, or your fingers, or just think about it. And you should get, you should get 4. On this model, you should get the same thing. And that's just 4 ones, because we're just in the ones place, right? So I'm going to write it right here on my place value chart. 4 ones. Now, I'm going to go down a row when I do my next one and put my tens down here. So here's my tens place, 2 tens, 2 tens for 20. So I'm just going to do 4 times 2 and just know that it's going to be tens. So you solve 4 times 2. You can use your rec and rec, your fingers, or just think about it. And you should get 8. Yeah. But I know that that 8 is 8 tens, so it's going to go here in the tens place. That means there's 0 in the ones place, so it's actually 80. Same thing on this model, it should be 80. All right, now we get to the step we haven't done before, but we can do it. 4 times 100. Just like when we do tens, pretend it's not 100. Just pretend it's 4 times 1, and we just know it's 100. We'll put it in our 100 spot on our place value chart. 4 times 1 makes, we just did it over here, 4. But it's 4 in the hundreds spot. That means it has 2 zeros behind it, which makes it 400. All right, we've got our 400 plus our 80 plus our 4. We got to put them all together to get our whole answer. If you were nice and neat on your place value chart down here, you can just add it right there. Super easy. 4 plus nothing makes, you got it, 4. 8 tens plus nothing makes how many tens? 8 tens, yeah, or 80. 4 hundreds plus nothing makes 4 hundreds, yeah. So our answer should be 484. 484. I'm going to go back and double check that that's actually one of the choices on my drawing. That'll help me know if that's probably the right answer or if I need to go back and check for a mistake. So 484, let me go check. Do I see a 484 anywhere on my drawing page? Oh, I do right there. 7C 484. So I'm not going to draw it yet. I'll draw when I'm done with everything. I'm just going to write the answer right here. So when I'm ready to draw, I know what pattern goes with that answer. All right, so we finished one of them. Now, make sure you go to a new blank spot. My paper's full. You probably have more room down below. Skip a few lines so you have plenty of space. I'm just giving myself a brand new page. And I'm going to go double check really carefully so I don't copy the wrong numbers. 8 times 504. That's my next one. Does everyone see that? 8 times 504. Okay, I gotta copy it really carefully so I don't write the wrong problem. I like to put the smaller number first, so I'm gonna put the 8 first. Times 504. This is an interesting one. Okay, well, I want to leave some space. Remember, I don't want to go too close, so skip some lines so you have plenty of space up above for your work. And I'm going to put my 8 lines on the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, if you want to do this without drawing the pictures, you can. Okay. And I'm going to put, I'll do it without pictures over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So over here I need 5 100s. I should have done that before I drew my box. Let's back up a little bit. I think I'm going to run out of space. And let's see. Let's start that over. Right? 8 times 504. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just didn't have enough space last time. And then I have to do 504, so I'm going to do 5 100s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have to do 4 1s. I don't have any 10s. So I'm not going to draw any 10s because there's 0 10s in this number. So it's okay to just draw your 5 100s and then your 4 1s. Sometimes there's a 0 in a number, so we don't have to draw that part of the number. We still put 10s on our place value chart, and I'll show you that in a minute, but we don't have to draw it. So it would look like that. If you're doing without the pictures, you would just do this, 504, just like people with the pictures. You just wouldn't draw the pictures. You would write 500 just like picture people will do. I'm going to break it apart and put my +4, and I'm ready to solve it. I'm going to put my place value chart over here. I need my 1s, 10s, 100s. I want to make sure it's very neat. I might need thousands. I'm never sure. Sometimes it's worth it to have an extra place just in case something gets too big. There we go. I'm ready to start solving. I'm definitely going to want my Rec and Rec for this because I have to do this 8 times. So 8 times in this box, what's going to get repeated? Up here, it's going to be 500. Whoa. 8 repeats of 500. In this box, it's going to be 8 repeats of what? 4. Okay. We got this. This is our Rec and Rec and figure out how we could do 8 repeats of 4. Remember, it's okay to flip it around and do 4 repeats of 8. If you like that better, I always like to do the smallest number first. So if you want to do a flip-flop, when we divide, we can't flip-flop. But when we multiply or add, we can always flip-flop our numbers like that. That's okay. And let's figure out what the answer would be. You can pause it here if you're still thinking. And you should have gotten the answer 32. If you did, awesome job. If you didn't, that's okay. That was a big number. Try recounting and see if you can find a really efficient way to find 32. Now over here, again, just like before, we can just think about This being 8 times 5, and just know it's going to go in our hundreds place. Oh, I forgot something. I got to put my 32 on my place value chart. Well, it's in the ones place, so it's 32 ones, right? Probably some of you are saying, but no, that's 2 ones can stay, but this is 3 tens. It needs to move over to the tens spot. And you are right. So let me get rid of that. Sometimes we do put 2 numbers in one space, but we know that they actually belong in their own spaces. So it would be like that. 32, 3 tens and 2 ones. That's this answer right here. Now down below, I know this answer is going to go in my hundreds place. So 8 times 5. So everyone solve 8 times 5. Pause the video here if you need a minute to finish solving it. And hopefully you got the answer of 40. If you didn't, go back and check your work. It's okay to pause the video. See if you can figure out how you get an efficient way to find 8 times 5 equals 40. Now I know this is 40 hundreds, right? Because that was 500. So the 40 needs to go in the hundreds place. Some of you are probably thinking this is the same as it was when I put a 32 in the ones place. That 3 had to move over one spot. It can't just crowd in with the 2. You're right, this 4 needs to move over one spot. It can't just crowd in with that 0. So it needs to actually be 40, and then it lands in the hundreds place. Hundreds. 40 hundreds. That means it needs these 2 zeros to go on the end for the tens place and the ones place. And we have the number 4,000 for 8 times 500. Now, we just have to add these 2 together. That's the nice thing about having a 0 like we do up here, is we only have to do 2 multiplying pieces, the 500 and the 4. All right, let's come over here and add these up. We've put them in our place value chart, so we're not going to make any mistakes with our place values when we add. 2 ones plus 0 ones makes, you're right, 2 ones. 3 tens plus 0 tens makes, yep, 3 tens or 30. There it is. We have no hundreds and no 0 hundreds. That makes, yeah, 0 hundreds. We do have to put that 0 in there when we write the number out in place value, because otherwise our 4,000s would actually be in the hundreds place. So make sure you don't skip any place values. Even if you have zeros in your number, it's okay to skip them when you're multiplying, but keep them into your place value chart because they have to stay there in the answer. And then the thousands place has just, yeah, 4,000s. So our answer should be 4,032. 4,032. Let's go check and see if that's one of the answers on our drawing and make sure that we got a right answer. 4,032. Does anyone see it? Oh, I almost thought it was that, but that's 4,302. That was tricky. We need 4,032. I think it's right here. Does everyone else see it? Let me just double check that's the right number. 4032. 4032. Ooh, they tried to trick us, but we got it. 4,032. Looks like it's a right answer, so I'm going to come down here and write it down so I don't forget about it for later. Remember, I'm not going to draw yet. I've got 2 of my answers done. It's your job to do the rest of them. See what kind of a pattern we've got on this one. Remember, finish up your 2-digit pattern first if you haven't finished it yet. And then start trying this 3-digit pattern one. Oh my gosh, my friends, we are getting so close to our end of 4th grade standards and multiplying. And it's not that bad. If you use your Rec and Rec and you break it apart and use your drawings, you've got it. There you go. Feel free to come back and look at this video again if you need more help. I'm sorry I can't be with you today. I really wish I could. You are all much, much more fun than having a horrible cold. But I care about you too much to come to work and get you all my germs. So I'm going to keep my germs at home with Riley. Luckily, he is not able to catch a human cold, so that's a lucky thing for him. And hopefully I will be feeling better by Tuesday, and I will see you as soon as I can. All right, my friends, have a great day. Do your best math work. I'm super proud of you. I will talk to you